Five were transported to the hospital this afternoon, the youngest being an infant who is unfortunately in critical condition at this time, the oldest being an individual in their 90s. So a wide range of ages, also a wide ranges of severity for those who are injured. Again, the most seriously injured is an infant who's in critical condition, and then we have some other people who just had some minor injuries but did choose to go to the hospital to be treated for those injuries. We also had 3 people who declined any medical treatment and did remain here at the scene.
Do we have any sort of explanation or reason from the driver who ran the stop sign? Like, were they texting? Were they just not paying attention? What was going on there?
That's, of course, part of our investigation at this time, trying to figure out what caused that driver to go through the stop sign. At this point, the driver of that vehicle was one of the people who's transported to the hospital, so we have some deputies up at the hospital trying to talk with them as they receive their medical treatment.
And was the child, you had mentioned the child was in a car seat, that car seat was properly strapped in and installed correctly?
That's correct. The infant was in a car seat and was restrained properly. So, I mean, good news there. It is unfortunate that that child is in critical condition right now, but it could have been much worse and if that child wasn't in a car seat.
Which car was that child in? Like, were they in the T-boned car?
Yes, the one that was T-boned.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of vehicle was the one that ran the stop sign?
It was a 4-door sedan type vehicle.
Is there anything that you guys have regarding any previous calls to this intersection
Sure.
Is this something that happens regularly in this area that you know of?
Yeah. You know, that's something that our traffic investigators are going to look into. Whenever there's an incident at an intersection, they try to pull up the history of the intersection and figure out if it is something that neighbors would consider dangerous. At this point, it's just so early on in the investigation that I don't have that information available to me. But of course, that'll be something we look at as it goes on. This road is definitely going to be closed down for a number of hours. Investigators arrived to the scene just a few minutes ago, so they're going to start processing everything and making sure that they're collecting all the information they can from the vehicles and from the passengers and the drivers who stayed, and of course the people in the hospital.
You kind of took the words out of my mouth, but we're entering into rush hour traffic at this point. It's a Friday. People are on their way home.
Of course.
What detours would you suggest? I mean, is there something that you're telling folks right now to go?
Yeah, as far as detours, I would just say avoid this area. It's going to be shut down for several hours. Do whatever you need to do. Put it in your phone and just kind of work around it. We all have GPS on our phone these days, so just try to avoid this area because these investigators are going to be out here for several hours.
The vehicle that had the infants, were there any other children in that vehicle?
At this time, I don't know the ages of the other people who were in that vehicle, but I do know that they range from the infant to the older individual who was transported to the hospital as well.
In that vehicle or just in the entire
Just in
accident?
the entire accident, the 8 people involved. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
So you guys know